Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In our previous sessions, we designed the layout of the Skillshop homepage. But today, we are going to make it dynamic. A professional website doesn't just show static text. It fetches real products, real reviews and real statistics from the database. In this video, I will show you the PHP processing logic behind home.php file. We will cover complex SQL queries, data grouping, and how to display platform-wide status like active users and revenue automatically. Let's start by seeing the final dynamic output. Now let's look at the output. This is my home page. Notice three main dynamic areas. First one is featured skills. These cards are not hard-coded anymore. They are coming straight from our product table. You can see the actual seller names and real star rating calculated from user feedback. Second one is featured testimonials. These reviews are pulled from our feedback table, specifically looking for user marked as featured. In this area, you can see the profile image of the user and his name or her name and feedback. Look at these numbers: total users, participation rate and revenue. So third one is the live state. Every time a new user signs up or a sale happens, these numbers update instantly without us touching the code. So this is the power of a data-driven homepage. Now let's go behind the scenes and look at the PHP processing. This is our home.php file. In this session, we are fetching the dynamic content for our homepage. We have two main processes: fetching products and fetching testimonials. We use a join to get the seller's name from the user table and a left join on the feedback table. This ensures we don't skip products that have 0 reviews. I use count in the brackets f.id to show the total reviews, and this query, this is a pro trick. If there are no ratings, it posts the value to be 0 instead of null, so our UI stays clean. We loop through the results and store them in the $products array, limiting it to the top 6 items for our carousel. Here, we join 3 tables: feedback, user, and user profile. This allows us to grab the user's name, their message, and their profile picture all at once. We use where f.is featured equal to 1. This gives us control to only show the best hand-picked reviews on the home page. Similar to the products, we store these in the $testimonials array, ready to be displayed in our What Our Users Say section. Now, let's look at how we generate the social proof for our website. This section calculates the big numbers like total users and revenue directly from our database. We use this SQL count to find the total numbers of users and products. For the revenue, we use sum in the brackets total amount from the order table to add up every cent earned on the platform. We calculate the average from the feedback table. This gives us a raw number out of 5, which we will later convert into a percentage. Notice the shortened if-else. We check if the query was successful. If so, we fetch the data. If not, we default the value to 0 to prevent errors on the page. For the average rating, we take the average, divide it by 5 and multiply by 100 to get a clean percentage like 90%. Look at the total revenue logic. We divide the big total by 1 million and use interval to get a clean number. This allows us to display it is 100 million plus in the UI, making the site look professional and successful. In the hero section, first we use if EZ $session use email. This tells the server to check if a user is currently logged in. If they are not, the code jumps to the else block and shows the get start button. If a user logged in, we check their role using $user role. For buyers, we show a button that leads to buyer dashboard.php. For sellers, we show a button leading to seller dashboard.php. Now let's discuss about our carousel processing part. We use a for each loop to go through our $product array. For every single product found in the database, PHP generates one HTML carousel item div. This makes our website fully dynamic. Each item has W full MD, W1 divide 3. This ensures that on your phone you see one card, but on a laptop you see 3 side by side. We use PHP core to pull the specific image URL and title for each product directing into the HTML tags. Look at the price and rating. We display the price with a RS prefix and use the round function on the average rating to show a clean decimal like 4.5 instead of a lone number. The if count $product greater than 0 check is a deep UX practice. If there are no products in the database, instead of showing a broken or empty space, we can trigger an alternative no product available message. This is our testimonial systems. We use a for each loop for iterate through our $testimonials array. For every featured review in our database, PHP generates a clean white testimonial card. We dynamically pull the user avatar URL, their full name, combining Fname and Lname, and their specific message. This personalizes the feedback and makes it more authentic. Look at this clever logic. I used a small for loop inside the HTML. It looks at the rating value and repeats the star emoji exactly that many times. This is a simple but effective way to visualize rating without using heavy icons. Just like our products, we have an else block. If the platform is new and has no featured reviews, we show a friendly message inviting user to be the first to leave a review. This keeps the design looks professional even with zero data. This is our stat section. I use the PHP function number format. This is very important because as your platform grows to thousands of users, this function will automatically add commas, making the numbers much easier to read. Satisfaction rate. We take our average rating and display it as a percentage. This gives a clear and quick signal to the user that our community is happy. For the transaction value, we show the result in millions. This keeps the UI clean and professional, focusing on high-level growth. Notice the Tailwind grid. Grid calls 2, MD grid calls 4. On a smartphone, it splits into 2 rows, but on a laptop, it stays in a beautiful horizontal line. In our call to action area, this is the logic here is very deep. Instead of showing a generic sign up button to everyone, we check the user's state. For guests, if no session is found, we show sign up now. This is for our new visitors. For logged in buyers, we don't want them to sign up again. Instead, we show a go to dashboard button and an explore more link to encourage them to buy. For logged in sellers, we show them a shortcut to create new skill. Finally, let's look at the JavaScript that powers our skill carousel. We use window inner width to decide how many times to show. If it is a tablet or desktop, we show 3 items. On mobile, we show 1. We also use PHP count $product to tell JavaScript exactly how many items we fetched from database. And this is the most important part, update carousel. We calculate the offset and use the CSS translate X property. This physically shifts the carousel container to the left or right based on the current site index. This strip doesn't just move the cards, it also updates the navigation dots. It loops through all the dots and changes the color of the active one to blue, so the user always knows where they are. We use set interval to automatically move the slide every 5 seconds, keeping the home page feeling fresh and alive. If the user rotates their phone or resizes their browser, the resize event listener recalculates everything instantly to prevent the layout from breaking. On page load, the strip automatically creates the exact number of dots needed. This is great because if you add more products to your database, you don't have to change a single line of JavaScript. So that is it for today's session. We successfully built a full dynamic and professional homepage for our Skillshop project. Thank you so much for watching and stay with me with this video. I'll see you again in the next video. So have a nice day all and goodbye.